This is for both of you. We can start with Daryl. Just how would you describe kind of the attitude of the team, the morale of the team after a tough loss like that, a couple tough losses in a row?
I guess it's just a thing. After loss, you don't. I try to look at it as like, what's the positivity we can take out of this, and what can we get better, and still push for our bowl opportunity. And what Coach Wilson's done to this university, he's always taught us, don't always look at it as the aggressive side. You always win some and lose some, and it's just you just got to take what you get, and thank God for even giving you the opportunity to be out there.
Yeah, Coach Wilson's done a great job of being positive, but also, being negative when he should, calling out the stuff that we got to do better and got to correct. So, yeah, it's a mix of positivity but negativity, but keeping people up, realizing our goal, is still achievable. 3 games left to play, and, coming out there and giving our best effort to Tulane this week.
You guys both mentioned that bowl game, possibility of a bowl game. Is that the major motivator for you guys right now?
I would say I would be lying if I said if it wasn't in the back of our heads for sure. But it's just tackling each and every week. Giving Tulane our best effort and going up. I mean, they're a good team, ranked 20th in the nation. Got a good quarterback, good defense, some good skill players on offense. So it is. But our main goal and our main focus is Tulane this week and staying in the now and staying in the present.
I just have to agree with him. Yeah, bowl's always going to be in our head because at the end of the day, that's what we're playing for now. And it's always a good thing to get to a bowl because it shows when we go against a team what our potential is. And like he said, we're playing for Tulane right now, and all their stuff that they have going on over there, they're successful at what they do, run stopping. I just know we have to get out there and just play to our abilities.
Another week on the road of playing an opponent that's at the top of your conference. Just how do you guys look at this, especially this team being nationally ranked compared to SMU not being ranked? What is that kind of like for you guys? A different type of scheme, maybe?
I don't think it's a different type of scheme. We just go out to practice and focus on what we could be better at and fix our mistakes so that we don't go out there and do the same thing over and over again. And it's always going to be about us because if it's us in the way, we won't get nothing done out of it.
Yeah, I mean, we respect each and every opponent, regardless of who we're playing each and every week. But yeah, we do realize Tulane's a good football team. So the level of preparation has to be there as it is every week. Level of focus, physical, mental preparation. So, we're excited, to have a chance to go and, maybe beat a good and top-ranked team, but we just look at it as another opportunity.
I asked Coach this, just how long does a loss stay with you guys? He kind of always puts it on the coaching staff when there's a loss or whatever, but I'm sure a lot of it you guys kind of talk about what you could do better and what could have been. How long does a loss stay with you guys in this team?
For us on the O-line, it stays for 24 hours, and after 24 hours, it's gone. After we watch the film, see what we did wrong, we just get it out of our heads and move on to the next thing.
Yeah, it's on the players as well. I mean, the coaches put us in a great place and a great situation to go out and do our job to our best ability. But at the end of the day, we're out there, we're the ones playing, and we're the ones that have to execute. So as much as it is like Coach Wilson taking the credit for, it's on the coaches, it's on the players as well. And we have to do a better job. We do.
When the season's kind of transpired the way this one has in the 4-game losing streak, at what point does pride really come into play for y'all?
I'd say after the first loss we had, pride came into play. I mean, it's after each and every loss. For how much we do and for how much we put into this game and this sport for this university, when you go out there and when you lose, it hurts. It really does. And, we're on a little bit of a losing streak, so it sucks. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's another opportunity this week. You can't think too much about it, but you got to fuel that motivation in some way to go out there and, again, give our best effort to Tulane and see what happens.
Just piggybacking off of him, I guess from a O-line perspective, we look at it as like, why did we do all that running in the summer, all that sweating, breathing hard? Like, it's just a thing we just think about all the time to just go out there and give up on the field. Even though our losing start stacking up. We still go out there and give it our all and still look for the W in the end. But now it's just next one's up, and try to get the W out of the next game.
And then with y'all going to a ranked opponent, y'all have already kind of touched on it a little bit, but being the underdog, you've kind of been this role before with Washington and OU. What's the energy going to be like this week in practice, knowing that you're going against a ranked team and you can kind of do something to kind of shock the college football world?
I mean, I don't think it really changes. You know, at TU, I feel like you're always kind of an underdog. So it doesn't really change. I love our level of preparation each week. Like I said, I mean, we've had some of the hardest practices physically that I've had my whole sporting career. So, I mean, we give it our all. Coach Wilson and the staff does a great job of, again, prep. But we got to go out there and execute. We got to quit talking about it and start doing it. But it doesn't change. I mean, it's a great opponent this week. And, yeah, just go out there and execute.
I think all respects to Tulane and how they're doing this season, but at the same time, like Dane said, we just go out there and play the game as we know, and like not going out there respecting all, but we fear none of them. So I think the one thing is we just got to worry about what we're gonna do, because at the end of the day, it's either we're gonna beat ourselves and not preparing well, or we're just gonna go out there and see what we can do.
Dane, excuse me, for you, being a walk-on last year, now this year getting 6 starts and playing in all 9 games, I know that you just mentioned losing sucks, but for you personally, the growth that you've experienced through this season, I guess, how do you put that in perspective at this point, knowing 3 games guaranteed left?
Yeah, personal growth is good, but it's a team sport, you know, and it's always the team. So when you go out and lose, it's just like that's put to the back of your head. You know, you can focus each week on practice, you know, personal growth and getting better. And the way I see it as is if I'm getting better, because I want to contribute to this team, but I want to contribute to winning as well. And if I'm getting better, it's helping our team, you know, have a better chance to win. So it's all about winning. And, you know, me personally, I'm going to keep on growing. I'm going to keep on getting better. I'm never going to stop working, but we got to win, and it's for the team. So that's the priority.
And Daryl, for you, I think we've talked about this with some other O-linemen earlier this season, but having to play with so many different quarterbacks, I guess how is it different playing with Kirk this last week?
It was just like a normal thing. We can control what we can control and let him play his game and keep him safe in that backfield, because at the end of the day, you never know who's up next, and we always have to be focused on our job, or it's going to just all fall to crumble, and it's going to go on him too. So I think he did pretty good this week, being a younger player in the game, and I expect him to do big things in his future.
Anything else for players? Bruce?
Dane, you know, team is an underdog. You're an underdog. You're a walk-on guy, you know, supposedly undersized and all that sort of thing. Do you relish in the underdog role, but not only you personally, but as a team?
Yeah, I mean, I accept it. And again, I take pride in that. There's some times, you know, especially those early years as a walk-on, it does suck, for sure. But I just feel like that's the mojo of the team, kind of the school when it comes to competing at this level. But again, I think that we can do great things here, and I think we for sure will. But I accept the underdog kind of title. I like it, and I just try to each week, you know, again, do what I can for the team, but go out there and prove who I am as a player as well.
And Daryl, you might be considered the overdog, you know, a guy coming from OU, heavily recruited, that kind of thing. But this year you've been able to really dig into a lot of snaps and that kind of. How gratifying is that for you to be there like snap after snap?
I think the one thing I started picking up on is giving my all thanks to God and trying to get back into the Bible and focusing on what he's done for me and not worrying about all the negative stuff that went on in my past and just looking for the future and just helping my team out. I think the best thing for me this year was just showing who I was as a person and what I could do on the field, and all those people that naysayed me and said I couldn't be a good player or what I couldn't do. I think I've been trying to show them and show myself more and my family that I have the opportunity to play this game for a long time.
Anything else for players? Rick?
Just a couple. One is, because as Bruce pointed out, your size difference. Do you ever look at him and think, dang, you're little? Do you ever look at him and think, dang, you're big?
Yeah, I think that all the time, for sure. I mean, Daryl's a big guy, great player, even better person. You know what I mean? I can't say enough about Daryl, but yeah, I mean, he's a big dude for sure.
Is everybody small to you?
No, I think Dane's pushing it a little bit. I still look at Dane as the same human being as me. Great player on the field, still comes with a big mentality, person's ego. I'm sick of everybody saying the underdog. I've seen what Dane can do. That underdog is done and gone with, because he's an impact player on that field, and we've all seen it in every game where he's had big plays. And I'm just ready to see what he's going to do next year when I go.
The last thing, and it's about Tulane. So from both sides of the ball, when you see them, what concerns you? What do you think? Maybe we can take advantage of that.
We watched a little film of Coach Stanchek yesterday. We saw they had a couple of defensive ends and D tackles coming back. I think those are our main things we need to focus on and lock down on that D line. And then if we can get to the second level and the third, we can push the ball down the field. No, they're ranked high in defensive run stop, but we're also ranked in the run. So I think we're just going to emphasize moving our blocks and being more physical off the ball, and show what we did last week. Same.
Tulane, they got a good quarterback, some good running backs, good skill position guys. They kind of like to spread it out. They have good counters off of what they're doing. You might think they're doing one play and it's that play, but it's a good counter off of it. So we got to be on our P's and Q's on defense this week. Again, Coach P and the staff will do a great job putting us in the best chance to win. We just got to go out there and execute.
Anything else? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.